Hello folks, Sunday message from the Cathars. What does the world need today? Is it empathy? And is it enough? We have this beautiful virtue, human virtue of empathy, of feeling the suffering of others. But does it change anything for them? For instance, if a child is being molested and we can feel empathy but don't do anything, does it change the situation for him? Does it change when we see an old man walking with difficulty with a stick? We can feel empathy, but does it change anything for him? Only when we take action, when we go with him to his house, make a cup of tea, visit him regularly, support him. This will change, and this is an act of mercy. At this moment in time, right now, oceans of mercy are being shed upon the earth for humanity by our heavenly, all-merciful Father. And this mercy is to give us the impulse, the strength, the love to be more merciful, to become kinder, to fill our hearts with mercy, to conquer the darkness around us, but most of all inside us, to conquer our weaknesses. Our Father sees our weaknesses and not sees them. He sees the light in us. And so when we see the weakness of our fellow human being, we don't focus on it. We see not a bad person, but we see the possibility of a good person. Remember the genocide in Rwanda in 94, and this Tutsi woman was locked hid in a bathroom, a shower room, with 7 other women for 3 months. They couldn't speak, couldn't move. And one day, of course, the killers came into the house, searched everything. And after they left, and she had heard the screaming, they had heard all this time the killing outside, the screams of the suffering. And she felt this rage in her whole being. Her head began to ache, her body was painful. And she thought, how can these thoughts do so much harm to my body? And she understood she had to change something. And she said it was one day I realized I want to see good in people. I cannot remain with this thought that I want to kill everybody, with this rage. And she saw images of Mandela, of Gandhi, of people who had suffered a lot, and still believed that people can change, and who kept love inside their hearts, who kept an open heart for mercy and love. And on the other side, she saw the ones who did a lot of evil, the Hitlers and Stalins of this world. And it was as if she heard this voice: where do you want to belong? Where do you want to stand? With whom? And she said, but I want to be with Mandela, with Gandhi. And how to do that? Only by opening my heart, by being merciful. And she did this after 6 months after the genocide. She visited the prison and met the prisoner who had killed her family. And she sat across from him, and when she recognized him, he was a teacher, and his children were her age, and she had even had meals in his house and considered him like a father. And here he was, and he had killed some of her family. She was so shocked that she couldn't say a word, and she definitely couldn't do anything to him. The head of the prison had said, you can beat him, you can do anything you like, because I will protect you, but she couldn't. And all she could say to him was, I forgive you. Because she saw, she believed that he could change, that he could have an opportunity, and she kept her heart, her love, her mercy. And let this be an example that we can be the victors of these situations. When people hurt us, we can take inspiration and strength from the people who suffered and yet didn't give up love. But the ones who choose to remain, to love, are victorious. And this is my wish for you today. Be victorious, win, choose the side of love and mercy.